Hey kids, what's happening? Just looking out my back window. I had to clean this thing the other day. You know, cats lay up here, and there was cat snot all over the thing, and then where, bugs and other critters got on the glass, it was all filthy, and I already see spots on it. Yeah, well, to get the outside, you see, there's a porch roof there, and so I had to get my ladder out, and I got one of those gorilla ladders, the folding kind. It'll either go into like a step ladder, or you can extend it all the way up like a ladder. So I had it extended all the way out and put it up to the porch roof. Setting up one of those ladders is a little bit of a challenge, and they're somewhat dangerous too. But I got it set up, and then I had to carry the bucket of soap water up to clean the window with. So yeah, that was interesting. I don't like ladders, and I don't like heights, and I certainly wouldn't want to fall, because that's got to be probably somewhere around 10, 12 foot off of this roof if I were to fall. Don't want to do that. So there's really, not a good area to set a ladder up, because I got this spruce tree here, and there's the other pine tree on the other side. So I kind of put the ladder up right here, which getting it set up didn't seem as much of a problem as getting it down, because when I pulled the ladder back, I didn't want to hit the satellite dish. I don't want to break any windows, and I couldn't really lay it back this way because of the branches, and I guess that was the only way I had to lay it. And with a 12-foot ladder or 15-foot ladder, when you're trying to walk it down, you get to a certain fulcrum point and the bottom wants to kick out on you. So I had to, figure out how to walk it up to the edge of the house there, and then tip it back and get it on the ground, or I could fold the darn thing up and get it put away. But man, what a pain in the neck ladders are for me. I don't know if it'd be any easier if I was younger, but at my age, I hate ladders. Here's my gorilla ladder. It folds up really nice, and it's kind of handy for storage. And as a step ladder, it's not bad to use in that regard. But if you're going to extend it all the way up into a regular ladder, that's where, it gets a little tricky. It's a nice ladder, but it's a heavy ladder. It's awkward. Then I got this old wooden one that was my dad's that, at my weight, I don't really use it too much because it's old, brittle. The wood is, getting kind of old. And I don't want to step on it and have it break on me and get hurt. And then I've got this like 30-foot extension ladder. Now I call that the man killer. It's dangerous for me to use. It's heavy and awkward, so it's a pain in the neck just for me to get it down off the wall and then carry it over to the house, and then setting it up. You can see how long it is. How does one man set one of those up? Well, I've done it, and it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't easy. But anyway, I'm afraid to use it anymore. It's just, somebody could really get hurt on it with one of those things. And I'm not talking about falling off. I just mean setting it up or taking it down. It's heavy. There's, when you got that thing extended up, you got the rope thing you pull that releases the catches on it, and then you lower it down. If you were to let go of that thing, come down, it could take your arm off. So yeah, it's going to stay hanging up there. Last time I had the house painted, I paid somebody to do it so I wouldn't have to climb up there and deal with it. Let's look at the bug spots on this window. It's terrible. And it's all these ladybugs. I cleaned all these up, and there's dead bugs again. all over the floor. I just cleaned it up this morning, spotless. There wasn't any bugs here, but they're attracted to the glass, and there's insecticide sprayed around the door, and they get on that, and whoop, on the floor they go dead. The Asian lady beetles, you know, the ladybugs, the little orange things with the black spots on their back, they say that they come from the soybeans. Now next door is a soybean field over there, and they cut the soybeans the other day, and man, there was a cloud of dust coming across here. My pond back there was covered with a layer of white soybean dust. But and it's like going on mid-November, but still, if it's a hot day, and it's not hot today, it's probably in the low 40s right now. It's a little chilly, but as the sun hits this side of the house, this is the south side of the house, it warms up that side of the house, and the ladybugs are attracted to it. And I don't know how they get in, because this house is pretty weather tight. Even as a log house, I mean, there isn't even that's all sealed all the way through. There isn't even a spot where a bug could climb in. And those are all Anderson windows. I don't know how a bug gets in those either, but they do. You know, the bugs get in, and every day I'm cleaning up dead ladybugs. Many years ago, when V first moved in here, we had a really bad ladybug problem. Those Asian ladybugs would get in the house, and we would be vacuuming them up every day, like hundreds of them. Now, not so bad, but I still get a few of them that get in the house. The other thing are those stink bugs. I haven't seen many of those this season. Last year, the stink bugs were terrible. They were coming in the house like crazy. But this year, not so much. So I don't know what's going on with that. I think everything has its time, and then, if it's not something that's native to this country, I think eventually nature will take care of it, and then they'll die off. Maybe that's what's happening here, but even the ladybugs are starting to die back a little bit. I'm going to turn that fan down so I can hear myself talk. Tomorrow, Monday the 13th of November, will be 1 year since I lost V. And it's been a rough year for me. Just trying to, I guess, figure out this new chapter of my life. And that hasn't been easy. I really do still have a few moments, but not like I did when I first lost her. But tomorrow's going to be, will it be a rough day for me? I don't know. I try to tell myself, yeah, it's a year, but it's just another day. It's really just another day on the calendar. Physically, there's nothing happening on Monday the 13th. But I guess in retrospect, when you think back, it's like, okay, this is the day that my wife passed away 1 year ago. And I'm sure that those emotions might flood back in. I've got a lot to do tomorrow. For one, I got to haul my travel trailer into the dealership because I've got them doing some repairs on it. And then the other thing I got going on is a funeral. Yeah. And this is real sad too. My brother has his business where he puts up the Christmas lights on homes. And he's very busy this time of year doing that. They've been doing like 10 homes a day, and they have a couple different crews working on it. So for this season, he hired some new people. And one of the fellas that he hired, just a young guy, probably in his 20s, single guy, I met him at one of my brother's football parties. And he was just the most pleasant kid to talk to. Uh, I really enjoyed his company. I mean, we chatted for quite a while. Well, last week they were doing a job, and he was on a roof, and he had some kind of a pole, and I'm not quite sure exactly what he was using, but it was a conductor, and he swung it around and he hit a electrical wire, and he was electrocuted on the job and died instantly. Devastating for my brother and his business, because the other employees were there at the time and they were just finishing up their day. It was at the end of the day, so sad. And this young man lost his life. It's just hard to understand how things like that happen. My brother, he's just devastated. And sad for me too, because I had the privilege of meeting this kid and actually got to know him a little bit, and then just like that, he's gone. So I'm going to go to that funeral on the same day that I grieve, 1 year of my wife's passing. So it's going to be a rough day, but I want to support my brother and the family that lost their son. And so I'm going to go to that funeral and just show my support and my love for them. We would all definitely appreciate the prayers, very much so. In response, I continue to give my prayers back to you guys. I know I can't remember every one of you and all of the issues that you're having, but I pray for all of you combined. I know my Lord knows where you're at, and He knows what you need, and my prayer goes through no matter what. It'll reach you somehow or another. I'm sure of that. But I continue my prayers for you, and again, those of you that don't even want prayed for, well, you're getting prayed for anyways. That's just how I work. That's how I roll. I have love for my fellow man. Well, thanks for all of your support and your prayers. Thanks for checking out my video today. If you liked it, hit me with a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and continue on along with this ride. And one ride it is. Till next time, cats, ride hard and die free.